Emmerdale has revealed that 3 people are under suspicion in a storyline where Cain Dingle becomes the target of a hit and run, leaving the well-known character fighting for his life by the roadside. The ITV drama introduced this plot earlier in the week, showing Cain being struck by a fast-moving vehicle while walking along a rural road, leaving him critically injured. According to someone from the show, he will be disoriented before being discovered by his son, Kyle Winchester. As these scenes air during the week, starting the 6th of April, viewers and villagers alike will quickly begin questioning who could be responsible for hitting Cain. Early spoilers have now identified 3 possible suspects through newly released preview clips. In the first preview, the 3 individuals under suspicion are revealed to be Kerry Wyatt, Jacob Gallagher, and Graham Foster. Although none of them appear to have a clear motive against Cain at first glance, there may be an unexpected twist. Kerry is in the process of ending her marriage with Eric Pollard while continuing her relationship with Jai Sharma. Meanwhile, Jacob is under intense pressure at work as his supervisor, Dr. Todd, begins to show a harsher side. At the same time, Graham is focused on causing trouble for Kim Tate. The clip highlights all 3 characters appearing uneasy about something, though it remains uncertain whether their anxiety stems from personal issues or from being involved in the incident with Cain. The second preview shows the moment Kyle discovers Cain lying injured at the roadside. He immediately contacts emergency services, fearing that his father might not survive his injuries. At the time of the accident, Cain is on a phone call with his wife Moira. A source from the show hinted, one moment he is speaking to Moira, and the next he is struck down and left in a critical state. They added that everything changes for Cain in an instant, making his already difficult situation even worse. However, his immediate priority is getting urgent medical help as quickly as possible. Emmerdale has identified the main suspects in the storyline surrounding Kim Tate's poisoning, as Graham Foster promises to get revenge. In recent episodes, Kim tried to settle tensions between feuding families, leading the Dingles to invite her to a meal at Wishingwell Cottage in hopes of making peace after Joe disclosed that Lydia would inherit Home Farm. Before the gathering, Chaz strongly opposed the idea of making amends with the Tates, but Caleb suggested that Lydia could sell the estate and divide the money. When Chaz pointed out that Kim could still alter her will before passing away, Caleb hinted that something unexpected could happen to her before that. Although he later laughed it off with Cain, their remarks immediately placed them under suspicion. In the latest episode, Kim accepted Lydia's invitation to the dinner, despite Graham warning her not to go. During the meal, Kim praised the mushrooms Lydia prepared, calling them the best she had ever tasted. Lydia explained that Sam had collected them earlier that day. Sam then thanked Cain for the advice, just before Chas served an apple turnover for dessert. Shortly after, Kim began to choke and suddenly collapsed. She was quickly taken to the hospital, where Jacob informed Graham that her condition matched signs of serious mushroom poisoning. Gabby questioned why Kim alone was affected when everyone had eaten the same food, prompting Graham to suggest that the situation might not be as straightforward as it seemed. He then made it clear that someone at the table had deliberately targeted Kim and vowed to uncover the truth. Toward the end of the episode, suspicion shifted toward Cain and Sam. Sam confronted Cain, asking if the mushrooms he had been told to gather were truly safe. Cain reassured him that there was nothing to worry about, but Sam still appeared uneasy, while Cain's behavior raised further doubts. This leaves the mystery unresolved. Were the mushrooms responsible, or is there another hidden culprit behind Kim's poisoning? Emmerdale spoiler clips hint at a shocking and violent incident as an ambulance is urgently called. Rona Goskirk is forced to confront a difficult decision between her husband Marlon Dingle and her former partner Graham Foster. Although she turns to Vanessa Woodfield for guidance, the final choice is hers alone, as she considers what she truly wants for her future. Meanwhile, Jacob Gallagher continues to struggle under the harsh treatment of Dr. Caitlin Todd, whose bullying behaviour shows no sign of stopping. Her latest angry outburst is overheard by Kerry Wyatt, who quickly steps in and makes it clear she won't tolerate such behaviour. As tensions rise, Jacob, Kerry and Graham all get into their cars, each overwhelmed with emotion. At the same time, Cain Dingle unknowingly steps into danger when a speeding vehicle heads straight toward him, striking him and leaving him seriously injured on the ground. Rona has been caught in an emotional conflict ever since Graham unexpectedly returned. Even though she has stayed committed to Marlon, her feelings for Graham continue to grow stronger, leading her to seek advice from Vanessa on what she should do next. Vanessa encourages Rona to be honest with herself and open with Marlon about her true feelings, urging her to finally decide where her heart belongs. With emotions running high, Jacob, Kerry and Graham each drive off, while Cain stands in the middle of a village road, expressing his love to Moira Dingle just moments before being hit by a car. The question remains, who was driving the vehicle? Kyle Winchester later finds Cain lying unconscious and immediately calls for emergency help, clearly frightened by the situation. The young boy, shaken and panicked, fears that his father may not survive. As the drama unfolds, Jacob is still dealing with the ongoing cruelty of Dr. Caitlin Todd. When Kerry witnesses her behaviour firsthand, she steps in without hesitation, determined to stand up for him. She confronts the doctor directly, making it clear she is ready to challenge her actions. Emmerdale is set to show Rona Goskirk exposed once again, as she risks hurting Marlon Dingle with another betrayal. Next week, Rona is pushed to make a life-changing choice after Marlon witnesses a tense and intimate moment between her and her former partner Graham Foster. The big question remains, which man will she choose for her future? According to the actor who plays Rona, Marlon represents the safer option, offering stability and a happy family life. However, Graham brings excitement and a completely different path, even if it feels far more uncertain. Since Graham's return, Rona has been trying to ignore her lingering emotions, but everything changes when she finds him injured and vulnerable at home farm. As she helps treat his wounds, the closeness between them sparks old feelings once again. While they don't cross the line physically, the chemistry between them is undeniable. When Marlon unexpectedly walks in and sees the moment, he immediately senses what is happening. Marlon had secretly followed Rona, already suspicious, and manages to leave without being noticed. However, what he has seen leaves him needing answers. He remembers how deeply Rona once felt for Graham, including her willingness to start a new life abroad and even take their son with her. Realizing that such strong emotions don't simply disappear, he confronts Rona and demands the truth about her feelings. Although Rona doesn't openly admit anything, her expression says enough, leaving Marlon heartbroken. Struggling with guilt and confusion, Rona tries to explain herself, knowing that this moment could determine the fate of her marriage. Later, she meets Graham outside the pub and finally reveals her decision about what lies ahead. With everything on the line, her choice could change all their lives forever. Rona finds herself pulled back into emotions she thought were long behind her, now forced to decide what she truly wants moving forward. Emmerdale is broadcast on weekday evenings at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and is also available to watch on ITVX.